Hello, everyone. Belgium's official name is the Kingdom of Belgium. This is a sovereign country in Western Europe. The north borders the Netherlands, the east borders Germany, the southeast borders Luxembourg, the south borders France, the northwest borders the North Sea, and has a coastline of about 65 kilometers. The country has a rather modest area, only 3,528 square kilometers. It's home of 11 million people and is the sixth most densely populated country in Europe. The capital of Belgium is Brussels, and it's known as the heart of Europe. This name is not because Brussels is located in the heart of Europe, but because the headquarters of Europe are located here, including the headquarters of NATO and the European Union. Brussels is behind New York City in the US in terms of presence of international organizations. Belgium's capital is home to 120 international governments. Not only is it the economic and political center of the old continent, Belgium is also an extremely attractive tourist destination, with the diversity and richness of culture, history, art, and even the exotic things of this country. In addition to being known as the sweetest country in the world, this country also owns more than 1,000 different types of beer with very special ways to enjoy. Belgians are also crazy about football matches involving their team. At this time, the whole country was filled with the colors of the Red Devil, with the infamous offside trap tactic. Also associated with the color red, Belgium is also famous for the Villa Tinta red light district, home to prostitutes, known as the cleanest and safest in the world. Today, we will learn about the interesting facts of the sweetest country in the world. The country has over 1,000 different types of beer. Belgium's very famous for beer. In Belgium, it's often said that you can drink a beer in Belgium every day for 4 years without duplicate brand to prove the abundance of beer in this country, just like French wine. Currently, no country can beat Belgium in the field of beer production and anything related to beer. This great tradition has been present in Belgium since the Middle Ages. Currently, the country has about 1,500 types of beer and 261 breweries, where brewing techniques are passed down from generation to generation. The average beer drinker in Belgium can consume up to 459 beers per year. For Belgians, each beer has its own glass to hold. Just looking at the beer glass, the Belgians can immediately know which beer you are drinking. In the 1970s, light beer was served as a lunch drink in Belgian schools and is considered a traditional part of the country's culture. Everyone, including children, is welcome to have a light beer. In fact, at that time, beer was considered a standard drink in Belgium until it was replaced by filtered water and soft drinks. In 2001, the Belgian Beer Association came up with the idea of reviving this tradition and asked about 30 schools in Belgium to serve a relatively light beer with an alcohol content is only 1.5 to 2.5% called tafel beer at lunchtime. This opinion was made before the statistics on the number of people with obesity and cancer in this country are increasing. This program aimed at children between 3 and 15 years of age. While some adults expressed concern at the idea of giving children under the age of 5 drink cold drinks in the afternoon, one school in Belgium decided to experiment with the plan, and it attracted a large number of students. But also that some parents were fiercely opposed, fearing that drinking beer at noon would affect the children's concentration in the class, making them noisy and sleepy. So far, no other schools have agreed to trial the program. The nation is crazy about Red Devils. The Belgium national football team made their official debut on May 1 in 1904 against France. Belgium's best performance to date was finishing third in the 2018 World Cup. Euro 1980 runner-up and the gold medalist of the 1920 Summer Olympics. Reporter Pierre Wakiers gave Belgium nickname the Red Devils after their win 3-2 over the Netherlands in 1906. Since then, the nickname has been associated with Belgium. After nearly 120 years development, Belgium has become one of the strongest teams in Europe, making opponents afraid. The team has the world's top superstars, such as Kevin De Bruyne, Eden Hazard, or Romelu Lukaku. The people of this country go crazy every time there's any match that their team participates. It was a time when the whole of Belgium would be in the red. Football is the only thing that can bring Belgians together, making them forget differences, disagreements about race and language. In any major football event, they often wear all kinds of football-related accessories, cars decorated with flags and devil horns. Belgian flags are also hung everywhere on the window frames. Villa Tinta, the cleanest and safest red light district in the world. In Belgium, prostitution is perfectly legal, but is strictly regulated by the state. One of the most famous red light districts in Belgium is Villa Tinto. This street was opened in the 2000s. It's also known as one of the cleanest and safest prostitution areas in the world. Similar to Amsterdam, the capital of the Netherlands, the prostitutes at Villa Tinto also greet visitors through glass windows. The different about Villa Tinto is that the area has 51 suites with biometric scanners to identify and manage employees. In addition, the police in the area will be on duty 24/24 to protect the security and order for prostitutes and customers. Under each bed will be installed an alarm system with buttons to protect the prostitutes. According to one statistic, about 70% of female sex workers in Belgium are girls from Bulgaria. In the Belgian city of Ghent, all prostitutes were required to wear discreet clothing and not to engage in provocative acts to invite clients into the brothel. However, the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime has listed Belgium as a country where many prostitutes are victims of human trafficking. Belgium is one of the culturally diverse countries and famous, with historical architecture and unique festivals. The most special is Tomorrowland, the largest electronic music festival in the world. This festival is held annually in the Belgian town of Boom. In 2017, Tomorrowland was nominated for the Best Festival in the World by the European Festival Awards. The annual Tomorrowland Festival always attracts the attention of the world's top producers and DJs. The event can accommodate more than 360,000 people, spread across 69 stages, and decorated in its own musical style. EDM devotees around the world will be able to enjoy extremely attractive melodies in a world-class music space. However, Tomorrowland is only one of the major festivals held in Belgium. Some other popular music festivals include Rockworcester and Grass Pop Metal. Smurf comes from Belgium. If Japan is famous for anime, comics are the pride of Belgium. This is the only country where comics have developed into art and have been loved by everyone throughout its history. The country has produced more than 800 famous comic series, including The Adventures of Tintin or Lucky Luke. But so far, the Smurfs comic series is still the best resonating series in many countries around the world. In 1958, the Smurfs characters were first created and introduced as a series of comic book characters by Belgian cartoonist Pierre Colleford. There are over 100 Smurf characters, and they're all named after adjectives that emphasize their characteristics. The Smurfs brand was later expanded to advertising, with discs, video games, toys, and even appeared in many major amusement parks. After 50 years, until 2008, the franchise had generated revenue of up to $4 billion, making the Smurf one of the highest-grossing animated films of all time. Belgium has the highest tax rates in the world. Located in the center of the most industrialized region in the world, this has helped Belgium become one of the leading countries in trade development, and Belgium is also the first European country to experience the Industrial Revolution, and since then, it has always been ranked as one of the most developed countries in the world. But everything has its limitations. Belgium also has one of the highest personal income tax rates in the world. If a Belgian earns more than €13.20 per year, then they have to pay a tax rate of 40%. If the amount exceeds €40,000 per year, then they will have to pay a tax rate of up to 50%. Besides, they are required to pay a social security tax of 13% depending on the region. And they have to pay another tax, called communal taxes, which can be up to 9%. Therefore, it is not uncommon for a Belgian to pay between 60 and 65% of their total income in taxes. This is also the end of the story about interesting facts of Belgium, the sweetest country in the world. What else do you know about Belgium? Share with us. Thank you for watching. If you find it interesting, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Now, goodbye and see you in the next sections.